Hello there. I'm speaking from All Saints Church in Langport again. I've just walked up the hill. I didn't try and jog it this time because I just had some fish and chips, which I haven't had for a long time. A little fish and chip shop just in the sort of market square area of Langport. It was really nice, and it kind of more or less fits with my diet. Not as in the meaning to lose weight, but although that might be a sort of a secondary effect, but just what I'm eating, it kind of fits with that. The only issue is probably the seed oils that it's fried in, but everything else is fine. And I talk with my friend. We talk about the photographs you get of times gone by. The 60s, 50s, 40s, 70s, when people generally looked overall, as an overall thing, they probably were healthier actually, greater number of nutrients in the foods because of how they're grown. But also, fish and chips would have been a part of people's diet, as in, what they happen to eat. It would have been a sort of general part of what they ate, wouldn't it, really? It's funny, I've just got white wall behind me. It's £6 for quite a small bit of cod and a lot of batter on it, a few chips, but it wasn't too much. It's not a good idea to run up the hill after that. Just walked up. This church is beautiful, and it's almost always empty, and that's why I love it. Now and again somebody comes in. I know the trial has started for Lucy Letby. I think the prosecution began making their quote-unquote case. And the judge has given some instructions to the jury. So it started. I think 3 to 4 weeks have been set aside. I don't know. God knows what's going to happen there. It would be very good if it was a not guilty verdict, of course, or that they couldn't reach a verdict again. They wouldn't try a third time, would they? They wouldn't try it again. But I don't know. I think the Chester Standard is one of the best things for, as far as it goes, in terms of day-to-day reporting of what's happening there. Chester Standard, which you can find online. Just hoping that there's going to be some. There was the judge Goss, same one as last year. He gave advice to the jurors to say, well, don't research the case. It's theatre again, isn't it? Because who out there is not aware of this case from last year? It's sort of artificial, really. And you've got the artificiality of the reporting restrictions, but nonetheless, all the mass of negative publicity against Lucy Letby thus far, it's all still in existence, it's all still there, all still available, and a lot of it's continuing, and has been continuing, including this idea of turning this whole awful miscarriage of justice into a drama, but not minus the miscarriage of justice bit, but the false accusations. I thought that was a fly. I seem to attract them. When I go into a church, there's always a fly, usually quite a big one. But yeah, so it's all very artificial and unbalanced, how this so-called justice system works. This pretense at it being a fair trial when it's going to be anything but. But hope there are members of the jury that have come across some of the arguments made. I think there's somebody in the church now, so I'll stop now. Anyway, thank you, bye. I just spoke to a gentleman in the church. He was setting out some audio-visual stuff. It's for the election hustings tonight. But unfortunately there's no buses that go back to the village I live in. So otherwise I might have listened to it just out of interest. But that's what's going on tonight. 7 o'clock. But yeah, it's just a nice chap just setting out speakers and you know, setting it all up, the PA system, I suppose. But I won't be going because the buses stop about 7 is the last one, I think, so won't be able to go. Anyway, take care. Bye. Just outside the church again. This is the toilet they've put there, so that's not usually there, so that must be one of the things for the hustings. Funny old quaint old word, hustings, isn't it? I'll have to look it up to see what the etymology, or I sometimes say entomology, for that's insects in it, but what the entomology of the word hustings is. See what it says. Just found my way to the large stone seat, which is out the back of All Saints Church. Usually there's loads of flies on it, but there isn't today. Oh, that monument looks very new, doesn't it? I don't know if I'll have to look at the front of it. Looks like a very new piece of marble, well, it's probably ancient marble, but it's newly sort of set up there and carved or polished. But yeah, the hustings, that's what's going on. I won't be voting for anybody. I did quite like, from seeing his interactions both on YouTube and, his videos on YouTube and interactions on Twitter. I like David Curtin, Kurten, he has a small party called the Heritage Party, and I don't really believe in parties anymore, but out of all of them, he seems like a really decent guy and a brave person as well, and honest, and I do like him. There's nobody standing for the Heritage Party in this area anyway. And I don't think I'm on the electoral roll. I'm trying to stay off grid, stay out of the control grid. But this is a lovely churchyard. I haven't sat here for a while because of but it's lovely. These are the levels that you can see in the distance. Well, they just carry on, they're the levels. I think it's because they're kind of level, flat, and they flood a lot, There was a point last year where you could look out and there's a lot of the fields were flooded. Just going to have a look at the front of this grave, actually. Maybe it isn't. Oh no, look. Oh. It wasn't, it's just been very cleaned, isn't it? So it wasn't newly put here, 1879, so 1879, no, it's not new, but it's obviously somebody's cleaning it, I think. In affectionate memory, Annie, the dearly beloved wife of Charles Tite, who peacefully passed away at Yeovil on March 29th, 1879, in her 34th year. I'm not very old then. Passed from death unto life. 1 John 3:14. Passed from death unto life. 34 years old. I wonder why she died so young, perhaps in childbirth or consumption, as there would have been a lot of that sort of thing then, wouldn't there? TB or consumption. This is a lovely churchyard and beautiful trees. I really enjoyed those fish and chips. I'm not going to have them often, but just as a treat, a bit of a treat. I like when they're really weathered, these old the monuments. Some beautiful effects over time. This is another one that, what's this say? John Prankhurd, I think it's Prankhurd, solicitor, died 1822. Mary Prankhurd, his wife, died 1866. Gosh, that's 44 years afterwards, so he would have died quite young then, I would imagine. 1822, good Lord. This is the kind of time of, like, Shelley and Keats, isn't it? That sort of era, under Jane Austen, I believe, that type of... Can't remember the dates exactly, but it's that kind of time, isn't it? Blake. Elizabeth Prankhurd, Their daughter died 1825. Oh gosh. Gosh, so that obviously died young as well. Something creaking over here. Is it the tree? What's going on there? What's creaking? Oh, it's the yew tree itself, I think. Creaking in the wind. A little bit spooky. I like spook. That's what... I can't remember the actor. He said that in a thing, this actor, Welsh actor. Not... He said, I like spook. I like spook. I can't remember his name. He was the one that played the serial killer, you know, he was a really good actor. Silence of the Lambs, I've forgotten his name, he's mad. Gosh, look what the sort of plant has taken over there. Ah, I haven't got my glasses on. It says, sacred to the memory of Edward Quequet. There's some names that seem to have disappeared, isn't there? Maybe there are some Quequets still around, but it's a lot of names seem to have gone. You never hear from them again, you know, like surnames. 1875, aged 70 years, so he had his 70 years and 10, as they say. 70 years and 10. These are really old, my goodness. Gosh, they're really old. I can't see any dates from here. I don't want to climb over the wall. I'm not sure that would be right, but there we have the levels again, levelling off into the distance. Dear old yew tree, church yew tree. I think it was this tree that was creaking. And there's an old stone there. That's very old, I think. Can't read anything on it at all, I don't think. What can we see? Nothing. Oh no, there is something there. Bramble, son of Died. 18? I can't read the date there, sorry. What's this one say? Thomas Sansom Whitemore died 56 years old, 1867. Also Fanny, his wife. She died March 18, 1856, age 44, not old. And their daughter died at 33 in 1864. Gosh, all these lives that have gone by before us. That's a nice place to live, a little decking out there. Somebody's private home, I think, but some lovely, you can't tell here, but there's a beautiful scent from these flowers. Whatever they're called, absolutely beautiful. Type of rose, I think, aren't they? But it's absolutely lovely. You can't tell through the video what it smells like, but it's beautiful. 1873. Sorry, 73, 1880. Walter Mead. That's a kind of classic kind of name, isn't it? Walter Mead. And more lovely flowers. Oh yeah, so there we are. There's the church in the sunshine. Quite nice at the moment. Quite a pleasant temperature. We've got the Met Office just gaslighting and lying to us all the time about the weather and the temperature. And, it's just bizarre, but we don't need to take any notice of them, do we? Get your own barometer. I might get one day. You know, hang it on the wall, an old-fashioned barometer with a lovely glass case and wood around it, and just it will tell you whether it's fine or going to be fine or stormy or whatever it does. Just listen to that, or nothing, or just, poke your head out the door and you see what the weather is. Although they're altering it, obviously. They're altering the weather. What's this one? This is listing a bit, or falling a bit to the side, isn't it? Can't read anything on there, that's an old one. Perhaps some become illegible quicker because of the type of stone. Marble lasts longer, doesn't it? Because this one I thought was newly put in. That's from 1879, so that's 45 years. But that could have been, look at that could have been put in just the other day, couldn't it? Look how, especially because it's been cleaned. No, I won't touch it. I don't know if I'm a bit superstitious, or I don't know if oh, it's beautiful roses. You can smell the roses. Oh, they smell lovely. They smell absolutely lovely. That's the side door there. The chap's working away, getting everything ready for the would-be politicians of the area, or whether it's the person, the challengers, I suppose, or the people who are currently in place. I don't trust that well in any way whatsoever, unfortunately, but there we are. Perhaps an independent, people who stand independently, that would be different. But even then, depends what they're saying, isn't it? What kind of... It was suddenly cut off there for some reason, I don't know why. My phone just cut out. I better leave a bit of juice on it. It's a nice old tree. You can hear the breeze in the leaves. Lovely soft sound. Susurration, is that what it's called? Susurration? Some kind of literary word for it, I don't know. Lovely. Perhaps I'll leave it there then. Goodbye all, or cheerio should I say, au revoir. Tschüss, as they say in Germany. Arrivederci.